You're watching Rogers TV.
Hello and welcome back to What's Up London. I'm your host, Melissa Maloney. We've got another great lineup of guests making an impact right here in our community, from uplifting families and supporting inclusion to turning creativity into opportunity and helping Londoners stay connected. So let's get started. First, we are welcoming Rachel Adeniji and Augusta Bentil from Women of Faith Alliance. Their annual fundraiser dinner takes place on November 23rd, supporting children with special needs and their families. They're going to share how this event brings awareness to accessibility and inclusion while raising funds for their programs and services that make a real difference. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Excited to have you. And I know we've had people from Women of Faith on before, but let's talk about who Women of Faith Alliance is and how you support community. Who would like to start?
Sure, I can go. So Women of Faith Alliance is a faith-based women, not-for-profit organization here in London. It's from women from various countries who come together to support themselves and then the community. So our mission goes beyond just ourselves. So in terms of support, we support each other during happy moments, during times where they're mourning, and sometimes this whole Women of Faith started up post-COVID, yes. Right? So that's when one lady decided to bring women together to pray. So we do have bi-weekly meetings to nurture our spiritual growth. We support entrepreneurship amongst ourselves. We have annual picnics that brings us, our families and friends together. And then this year we are having our fundraising dinner to support children with special needs and then their families. And then over the years, we have supported international students in London. Amazing. Last year, we supported homeless. We fed the homeless here in London. We have supported single women in motherhood. And then we have also supported the London Pregnancy and Family Support Center here in London as well. So it's not just within ourselves, but we extend to the community we live in.
I love that. And it's so important to bring community together, and to bring community together in faith is that much very powerful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things, why have you chosen to focus on families with children with disabilities this year? Why is that where you've chosen to focus?
We choose to focus on that this year because we realized in our project in the previous years, we haven't done anything on such. So we decided that we are trying to help the community, those the less privileged, but mostly for the disabled ones, mm-hmm. among the Black community. Okay. And not only the Black community, because we are wishing to extend it even to the whole community as a whole, to help them and to make sure that they should know that they are included even in the plans of our being able to help them in the community, and even in the Women of Faith Alliance, this thing. And we invited the guests that can handle that for us, and to know where they need something in terms of need for the support, and where they even need moral assistance. It's not only in terms of financial. Mm-hmm. Some people need to be directed on where to go and where to get some assistance needed. So that is why we are bringing it up this year, in order to let them know that we are part of them. We are in the. Some of them take it like, okay, they need the help one way or the other. So we just want them to know that we are the shoulder they can cry on, lean on for the help, and we are there to help them.
Amazing. And I think that's really important. One of the things that you said was about helping them know where to go. And I think that can be a challenge, especially if you're not used to navigating the system here in London or in Ontario or in Canada. And so having somebody who can help support you with that and be a shoulder is really powerful. So I know we want to promote the Gala. Yes. So how can people engage with the Gala? How can people get involved?
Okay, so our Gala is on November 23rd at the Polished Banquet Hall, which is on Hill Street, 554 Hill Street here in London. It starts at 3 p.m. to 7. It's on a Sunday, so 3 p.m. to 7. It's for open to everybody and family. We know children have school on Monday, so we're trying to close early so you can go back. And we have tickets on Eventbrite. Okay. And then for tickets are going for adults, it's $30, and then 15 for children, 16 and below. And then you can also buy tickets, or even if you just want to support us, you want to donate to this noble goal, you can buy tickets or send any donation to Women of Faith Alliance 1@gmail.com.
We will definitely send people your way, and we'll have to have you back on the show to talk about the other things you're doing for sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Check it out. Now, more Ontarians qualify for the Ontario Electricity Support Program. That's right. You could get a monthly credit on your electricity bill. Apply at oesp.ca.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Our next guest turned grief into creativity and community connection. Amanda Watson, founder of Parched Floral, will be sharing her inspiring story and her experience appearing on Dragon's Den. Her company preserves flowers from weddings and special moments, transforming them into timeless art pieces that honor love and memory. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Thanks for having me.
So much to unpack here.
Yes.
Before we get to Dragon's Den, let's talk a little bit about the business and how it started.
Okay, perfect. Well, you did a lovely job introducing, so thank you so much. So, like you said, we turn any sentimental flowers, whether that's from memorials, from weddings, any celebration that you are receiving flowers from, we turn that into framed art. So we really hold on to any sort of memories. You can look at it on your wall, the piece of art, and just be reminded of that special person or that moment. So that's really kind of our business. It started back in 2020 when my father unexpectedly passed away. Everyone sent me condolence flowers. My living room was filled with flowers, and after a couple days, they all started to obviously wilt, and the water turned murky. And the last thing that I wanted to do was to tend to them. But there was a special bouquet in all of those, and it was a replica of my bridal bouquet. Okay. And that was the last time I spent a lot of time with my father was at my wedding, and he walked me down the aisle with that particular wedding bouquet. So I frantically Googled, how can I keep these flowers? I don't want to throw them out. And that's kind of where the spark for the business started.
Amazing.
Yeah, I thought, if these flowers, in high school, you probably hang them upside down, you threw them in a vase, you tried to keep them, but the problem with that, obviously, they get dusty, they completely crumble. And I thought, why isn't this more of a thing? Why don't people hold on to flowers if they mean so much and they're surrounding every special occasion? And that's where the spark was to start Parched Floral.
Amazing. I am a little curious about the art itself. Is it in resin, or what are you doing to preserve them?
So flower preservation has been around for thousands of years. The type that I do, which is traditional wood pressing, make them from 3D into 1D. But so there is a couple different ways that you can preserve flowers in resin, like you had said, in shadow boxes where you dry in silica sand and they're 3D. But what I specialize in is completely flattening them. Okay. And that means that you can it turns into an heirloom. You can keep it forever in a frame. It can go with you from home to home, wherever you go. But I use traditional wooden presses. So it's paper, cardboard, and wood. It's a very simple method, but it takes a lot of practice and time as well.
Amazing. So, Dragon's Den.
Yes.
wonderful experience, crazy experience? How would you describe it?
Well, it's the 20th season of Dragon's Den. It's the longest running Canadian reality TV series, and it was a really important season. I wanted to apply this year because my business is finally at a point where I felt I could go in front of venture capitalists and pitch. And it was a crazy experience. It was so positive. It was so amazing. It was nerve-wracking, scary. I have really had to dig deep into my business and learn the operations, the back end, the numbers, which I had no idea about. So from that perspective, I really got a good feel for my business. Whereas before I was just kind of scaling and growing and, you know, just doing the work, but not actually looking at any of the back end and the numbers. So amazing. It was great. It was very scary though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes,
I can imagine.
yes.
So the episode has aired, so we can talk about the result and how it went. So So the result?
So I went in front of the Dragons. I did not get a deal. And you know, going into it, I had an idea that it might not be attractive to venture capitalists because of the fact that I'm a service-based business. And typically on the show, typically big VCs, they look for tech-based companies that have a beta version that a founder has developed, or they look for product-based businesses that have a prototype that can really just have money thrown at it and grows the product, the business, gets them on the shelves. And that's where the Dragons can really come in and make a lot of money quickly. Yeah. So, you know, I didn't actually disagree with anything they said on the show, which was basically, with a service-based business, I am the product. Yes. And unless there's many of me, the ability to scale is very, very tough.
It's hard.
So the advice that I got was amazing. I did completely understand where they were coming from, and so, you know, for my business, I've definitely started to look at different routes of funding, private funding, and different methods.
Amazing. Yeah. And I know some other founders who've been on the Den, and they still found between the lessons, and they still made connections and all of those things that actually allowed them to grow. Would you say that's a similar experience for you?
100%. It's almost as if this was my first time applying to the show, and I got on the first time, but even just the whole process of going through the process, you know, there's thousands and thousands of people that apply, only a percentage of that actually gets invited to go in front of producers and pitch to be invited into the Den, and only a little fraction of those people go into the Den, about 100, and from those 100, only about 40 get aired. Yeah. So it's a pretty big accomplishment in my eyes, and I have met so many amazing founders along the way. Like you said, those connections, it's like a Dragon's Den family now, where we all talk online, and even just the marketing aspect of it. I know people have talked about it before, where even just being on the show, national television, it just helps so much. And I've seen a huge growth in my website visits. Social media has been very, very active. So it's been so positive, and I'm excited to see. It's only been a week since it aired, not even yet, a couple days. So
awesome. Yes. We do need to wrap. Yes. How can people find you?
So you can find me at Parched Floral. Okay. On any of my socials, and then parchedfloral.ca to order or take a look at my website.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Check it out. Now, more Ontarians qualify for the Ontario Electricity Support Program. That's right. You could get a monthly credit on your electricity bill. Apply at oesp.ca.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
If you've ever seen the joy of someone receiving a free bike, you've likely heard of the Big Bike Giveaway. This organization has provided thousands of bikes to Londoners over the past 12 years, but now they're facing a challenge after losing their community storage space. Joining me is Shane Hodgson, here to share his story and how the community can help them keep this vital program rolling. Welcome to the show, Shane.
Thank you.
So I know this is one of my favorite things that happens in London. Can we maybe talk about how you and your wife started the organization?
Well, we started back, 13 years ago now. So it was started out in Wortley Village. I was running a pulse spin studio out of my house. So we lived upstairs and we ran a spin studio. And I noticed some of the people going to the methadone clinic, and they were on these bikes that were if you want to call them bikes, were barely working. I seen one break down in front of me, so I went out. I fixed the bike for them real quickly just to keep them going. And I said, come back the next day, let's see if I can build you something, because I had some extra bike parts. And I just went to my wife one day and we said, I like doing this. Like, I really enjoy wrenching and I love bikes, so I want to get more people out there. So then we started with the 50 bikes in the backyard, which was not the smartest idea, but we did it, and it was a great success, and we had 500 people show up for 50 bikes. And it just grew from there.
Continued to grow.
Yeah, and then we were getting so big that we just didn't have storage, and a place of my work that I used to work at used to give me storage there. And then all of a sudden Fari came along, and then we had talks, and he just opened his arms and says, yeah, sure, I got a couple places, and he gave me a place, and we were with him for almost 5 years that he could give us a place. We had to move a couple times, but he still gave us that space. And then it came to a time insurances were getting hard and break-ins were having issues, so he just couldn't do it anymore. So we totally understood, and we just had to move and get downsized, and now we're in this position now where we have to get some storage space. We're always in the for monetary, but really for us it's just to get some space so we can take more bikes. Otherwise we'll have to scale back what Big Bike is all about. It still will be community, it will still help as much as we can, but it'll be a lot less. It'll be almost 90% less bikes that we could handle, because we are not keeping it at our place because it's just not safe. And
so how many bikes are you typically up to now?
We were going, when we start collecting and we start repairing, I try to get them all repaired starting in September, and we have probably 400 to 500 bikes repaired to give away at that time. And then by the time summer comes, and then by the time it ends that summer, after the giveaway, we still get another 300 to 250 bikes. So we're talking about 700, 800 bikes. Yeah. Fixed and unfixed, and then parts, and which take up quite a bit of space and need to be covered, because if they're not covered, you can't keep the bikes in good shape. You can tarp them all you like, but the weather still gets at them.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know you have a lot of community partners that have really supported and still continue to support.
Yes, and I wanted to really mention that the Police Association has been with us for many years. They always give their amount of money every year. City of London has always helped us. They give us the bikes that go to us come from all the depots, which are still coming every year. But the problem is now I'm not going to be able to take as many. I'm going to have to be very picky what I take, and I'm going to have to scrap more, which is what we try not to do. We recycle when we can, but we don't do it. And then Try Recycling has been on for the last 4 years, have really helped us as well.
Amazing.
So yeah, so there's been the 3 people, and there's been many other people outside of that. I could mention many people. I don't want to exclude anybody, plus my volunteers, which I are like family. So yeah, we've been blessed, and the City of London has been really well with us, and that's including the people of the City of London too as well.
So in your ideal situation, if the person who could solve all the problems is watching, what size of space do you need?
At least 5,000 to 10,000. That is a big ask. We understand that, but it's the only way we could keep that many bikes and repair them and store the parts as well. It's just bikes take a lot of space, and that's the biggest issue.
Okay.
We're still got bikes right now that we're going to be giving away to the hamper, the Salvation Hamper, which we do every year as well. And they're helping us, trying to help us to find storage as well for their bikes that we're giving them, which will help immensely.
Okay.
But yes, it's quite a big ask. And we realize that, but it's something that if we want to keep it at this size, this is what we need. If not, we can take smaller, and we will work with something smaller. It's not like we're being greedy. It's just if that's what we need, it's usually 5,000 to 10,000.
I don't think anyone's going to say you guys are being greedy with the amazing work that you do and to give back to the community in such an incredible way. So no, that makes total sense. So, and is there any particular type of building that's better for you, or
preferably something that is at least it doesn't have to be a beautiful, spectacular place, but it needs to be covered. It doesn't have to be heated necessarily, but it does have to be covered and enclosed and be able to be locked up quite tightly and secure. And has some lighting so we can work in there if we had to work in there, and some plugs so we can do the work there, and also go through the bikes and make sure they're all maintained properly. And
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We will definitely spread the word and get all the information out so that hopefully we can find you a person, and we will make sure all of our watchers share for you as well.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming in, and I have my fingers and toes crossed that we will get a solution for you.
You and me both. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
I don't care what the law is. I will never be a slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my tongue like rot.
Peter? How does it feel to get paid for your work?
There are rumors freedom's coming for us all.
Freedom, you know that's all I want.
Chloe, careful. Real men would rather sell you across the river to America than let you go free.
Then I'll run.
I've run before. Maybe this time for good.
No! Just get her into a boat. No!
Chloe! Chloe, no!
Word of Chloe Cooley's resistance led to Canada's first legislation limiting slavery. After 200 years, slavery was abolished in Canada in 1834.
Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
And to wrap up today's show, we are welcoming Jennifer Matthews, Vice President of Tech Alliance. She's here to share details about the upcoming Jingle Mingle holiday networking event and to tell us about a couple other exciting things they have going on. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Thanks, Melissa.
Excited to have you back. It's always fun to chat about Tech Alliance things.
Always great to share all the things we have coming up.
You've had so much on the go, which is amazing.
We have, yes.
So Jingle Mingle, definitely one of the biggest events of the season.
It is. So it's cold today.
Yes.
Makes you think about some of the holiday gatherings that are coming up and trying to plan those into our busy calendars. So hold for Jingle Mingle again this year, December 10th.
Okay.
4 p.m. at Paradigm.
At Paradigm this
Yes.
year. Very exciting. It's always cool to see, because Tech Alliance is so great at sort of moving through different venues in the city and helping to showcase some of those venues.
We do try to change location every year so that we can highlight something else, but it's just a really great opportunity to gather, talk to people throughout the Tech and Innovation Network, throughout the community. Everyone's welcome to buy a ticket and join and hear what everybody else is doing in their jobs and what they have looking forward next year.
Amazing. So I know this is one of the events that isn't just for, we'll say, tech people. So who should be attending?
We also have lots of community people from the ecosystem around town. Lots of business leaders come to join and just talk to the people and find out what they've accomplished this year. It's very informal. It's grab a beverage, grab a snack, talk to some people that you haven't seen in a while, talk to some new people and see what ideas are floating around there within the city.
Amazing. Always a great place to connect, for sure. So I hear there's also a really exciting thing coming. something about women and money and all sorts of good stuff.
So as you probably know, women-led ventures, women entrepreneurs are chronically underfunded, getting less than 2% of the capital investment that is out there. And so to bring light to this issue and to bring light to how can we fund women-led ventures more, we are doing an exclusive showing of Show Her the Money.
Awesome.
It's a documentary film based around 4 founders and their investors and the game-changing investments that they receive. It highlights where that gap is, what happens when you fill that gap, and what it does to the lives of women, to their companies, to the future of innovation, and to the economy in general.
Amazing. And it is such an important topic because it is something that I don't think people realize of how underfunded women actually are and what happens when you do fund women.
That's right. And the investments made in women and women-led companies really make an impact to the economic well-being of a region, of a country. So it is an issue that we would like to continue to highlight as we've done some events leading up to this regarding investment in women-led companies, how women become investors as well, as that's an option for them, and just bringing some more attention to closing that funding gap.
Okay, and so where is the showing happening?
So we are going to be holding it at Wolf Performance.
Nice.
And it will be on November 19th, 4:30 p.m. Watch our website, watch our socials, and you can purchase tickets through Eventbrite.
Amazing. Super cool. Will there be founders there as well?
There should be founders there. There should be investors there. There should be the entire community of entrepreneurship for women should be there to learn what the future can really be.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. We will definitely promote that. So I know Polaris was a big hit last year. It's coming back.
It is coming back in February 2026. We will bring back the Polaris Pitch Competition and Innovation Showcase. So if you recall last year when we had our inaugural event, we had technology innovators, entrepreneurs pitch their ideas to judges, investors in a competition. And we had monetary awards, we had in-kind awards, high value awards that really can create a new possibility for that company and that founder. We're bringing it back.
Amazing.
Again, watch our social media for when we open up applications from technology companies across the spectrum. So we're looking at ag tech, fintech, medtech, femtech. Any kind of technology innovation company can apply to go through the vetting process and then become one of the finalists, perhaps. It also, if you recall, has an innovation showcase.
Yes.
So we are able to invite in innovators, founders to showcase what is up and coming in our region, what innovation is emerging from London, from Southwestern Ontario, and highlight that to the attendees and to anybody who else. Perhaps the investors come through, perhaps we can make a new connection for them, which is part of our purpose, is making that connection.
That's awesome. How can people find Tech Alliance and all the amazing things you guys have on the go?
So if you go to techalliance.ca, you can sign up for our newsletter.
Okay.
And that's probably the best way to stay informed of all the events, all the opportunities that we have coming up, when you can buy tickets to Show Her the Money, when you can buy tickets to Jingle Mingle, which is open right now, and when you can get your ticket or apply to become one of the innovators at the Polaris Pitch Competition.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. We'll talk to you again soon for sure.
Talk to you soon.
And that's a wrap on this week's episode of What's Up London. Don't forget to follow and support the incredible organizations featured today and stay tuned for more stories that inspire us and unite us. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and be kind. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we're back for another fantastic season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to cook some great food with some really great folks. We're going to use some unique barbecues, and we're going to have a lot of fun. As always, I'm going to be wearing some pretty unique shirts as well. Watch Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff Thursdays at 7:30.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up